Cryptography for the Common Man by Taylor Rohr at Rockingham Community College for the spring 2011 semester. And this is an easy to understand explanation of cryptology. What is cryptography? Well, simply, cryptography is the science and the study of the techniques of secret writing. And it is also the procedures, the processes, and methods of making and using secret writing as codes or ciphers, and also anything written in secret code or cipher. And here's a website that I came across a few days ago, and it's Cryptography and Steganography Resources. And it goes into some early history as far as cryptography is concerned, and it also gives a list of some common details or some common terms associated with cryptography. And one word that you heard me mention earlier was the word cipher, which is simply the secret method of writing. So I highly recommend this site. Maybe give you more of the historical background of cryptography and maybe a little better understanding of some of the common terms. Now I want to talk about one of the earliest known cryptographic systems, and it was developed by Julius Caesar. And he developed this during the time, during his time to communicate with Cicero in Rome while he was trying to conquer Europe. Now, Caesar knew that there were risks when sending messages, and he understood that the messenger could be hijacked by an enemy spy, and the whole mission was then ambushed. And so he developed this system to encrypt the messages. And the way this works is you shift each letter of the alphabet 3 places to the right. And at the bottom of the slide, I have an example of a Caesar cipher. And so, as you can see, it's extremely simple to understand. When World War II rolled around, the Americans weren't the only ones who were trying to find significant or superior code-making machines. However, prior to World War II, the German military-industrial complex adapted a commercial code machine nicknamed Enigma, and it was designed for government use only. Now, this machine used a series of 3 to 6 rotors to implement an extremely complicated cipher, and the only possible way then was to decrypt the message with contemporary technology, was to use a similar machine with the same rotor settings used by the transmitting device. And with the different ways of the rotors being installed, there were millions and millions of different codes, which could be an outcome of the Enigma machine. Here you see one of the Enigma machines, and you can see the 3 rotors down at the bottom, on the bottom right-hand side. To me, it kind of looks like the inside of a typewriter, maybe, or possibly even a mechanical engine, maybe. So that is what the Enigma machine looks like. And the Enigma code was finally broke in 1940 thanks to a ultra top secret effort, which was actually called Ultra. The Polish military successfully reconstructed an Enigma prototype, and what they did, they shared their findings with British and American cryptology experts, and in 1940 the code was broken. Goals of cryptography. Now, security practitioners utilize cryptographic systems to meet 4 fundamental goals: confidentiality, integrity, authentication, and non-repudiation. Confidentiality is the first one, and what this does is this ensures that a message remains private during transmission between 2 or parties. This is perhaps the most widely cited goal of a crypto system, is to keep everything hidden until it gets to the party. And the two main types of crypto systems which enforce confidentiality is the symmetric key and the public key. And simply, the symmetric key uses a shared secret key, which is available to all users of the crypto system, while the public key utilizes individual combinations of public and private keys for the use on the system. And number two is integrity. Now, integrity ensures that a message is not altered while in transit, and also it allows the recipient to be certain that the message received is identical to the message sent. And next is authentication. And what the authentication does is it allows the recipient to be certain the message received is identical to the message sent. And here at the bottom I have an image that I acquired from the Cybex Security Plus Study Kit, and it shows the authentication process, which is called a challenge and response authentication protocol. And next is the non-repudiation. What this does is provides assurance to the recipient that the message was actually originated by the sender and not someone masquerading the sender. It also prevents the sender from claiming that they never sent the message. And also the Caesar cipher does not provide or guarantee of the non-repudiation. So to discuss what we have talked about, we've talked about cryptography, discussed cryptography in World War II, and discussed the four main fundamental goals. With the discussion of basic cryptography, we talked about the Caesar cipher, and with World War II, we discussed the Enigma and the ultra top secret effort. Discussed the four main fundamental goals of cryptography, which were confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. And here is a website that I stumbled across yesterday, and it talks about why cryptography is harder than it looks. And these are some essays which were composed in 1997, but a lot of the information is still relevant to today. So I would recommend maybe reading the essays and talks about what cryptography can and can't do. So it's a lot of interesting information, so I would recommend checking it out. So there you have it, a basic understanding of some cryptography. I hope maybe you gathered some information from this presentation that you may be able to use. Thanks.